people into space on rockets, and they've orbited around the thing and then slingshot and then go to the moon and then take the orbiter and they get out of the orbiter and they bounce around. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. I think that happened. I think we actually landed on, we have put people on the moon, but we cannot stop people from coming across the border. We cannot figure out a process system, how to identify who's coming here seeking asylum. We can't figure out a humane process for figuring out how to navigate the flow of people. We have smart cars, cars that will drive themselves and pick you up. We have technological innovations of the kind of which even the Jetsons back in the 1970s would be impressed with. We are the Jetsons. AI. Why don't we just ask Chat GPT to solve the border? It would come up with a solution that's better than the things that people are actually doing. Jump in the comment section if you want to. Argue with me if you want to. That's even better. But you know you can't argue with me because you know that people putting on the suit, people putting on the tie, people doing whatever it is that they do when they look like they're working, but they're not actually working that are out there. They're not actually getting anything done. They're not even trying to get stuff done. Let's go, baby. Sorry. I get a little bit fired up on the show.
And I don't want to hear nobody tell me anything different. Republicans have not been effective like they should have been, including Donald Trump. Yeah, I said it.
I'm just going to let that sit there for all of the Republican-loving, idolatrous Christians that are out there, that I hear you talk more about Donald Trump than I hear you talk about Jesus.
And for the people out here in the Trump coat, just turn the channel now and come back to me later. Every Republican stunk it up. And now we're begging for an opportunity to have a chance at the table. When we had a chance at the table, we didn't serve them like we should have. When we had a chance at the table, we didn't investigate like we should have. We didn't put an FBI director in place like we should have. We didn't put an attorney general in place like we should have. Whose responsibility it is?
Wait a minute. Officer Tatum, he's cooking, and I'm not even playing the music. Hang on a second. Tatum, he's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook for a couple of moments.
That the president of the United States of America. Now, yeah, Trump did a lot of great things, but we dropped the freaking ball. It don't matter that you scored a touchdown if you lose the freaking game. I'm sick. Like, I'm sick of us kissing the ashy elbows of people that do not deserve it.
He almost lost it. Okay. He cooking too much on this thing. I don't know if, listen, I don't know if people are really ready to hear this. I don't know. It changed the tone of my cooking music. I must have too many things up. It like went from like 2 octaves, like a step and a half lower when I started putting the cooking music on there. But he's cooking, folks, as believers. The miraculous power of salvation in our lives, regeneration of our heart, fidelity and trust, a new creation. We are trusting in Christ. Must mean that we look at the facts, we look at the culture, we look at the society, and we approach that with a unveiled kind of perspective. And here's what I mean by that. If you're democratic, if you're progressive, whatever you want to call yourself, the donkey, and you're doing a good job, so far as we understand it to be truth, so far as we understand it to be in keeping with the worldview of Christianity, then I can tell you that you are doing a good job. If you're not, then I can tell you you're not. But so too the Republicans, if they're doing a good job, if they're moving with honesty and integrity and character and truth in life, then I can tell you you're doing a good job. I don't have there's all of this nonsense that's going on. If they're Democrat, we can't say anything good about them. I mean, they're Democrat. They may maybe not even being saved. And so, therefore, we just say everybody that's a Republican, they're doing a good job as well. Finally, we get a Republican that's calling out another Republican and saying, hey, listen, I'm willing to say he's not doing a good job. And he's one of us. This is Officer Tatum on his show talking about the fact that in some things, Donald Trump didn't do a good job. Finally, can we get somebody that's conservative to actually come out and say, you know what? Donald Trump is a chump in some areas. Get off of my screen, Donald Trump. Look, pray for him because he needs the Lord. But pray for me too, because I do not like and do not understand why Christians have become sycophants and listen to this guy. Stop.